Hey guys, good evening. If you're on the East Coast, good night almost, right? It's almost midnight. You guys been hearing me talk about this for a few weeks now. This is going to basically be my daily accountability journal. I think I stated this in a previous entry talking about this, but what this is going to be basically is me blatantly stealing this from my buddy Adam about keeping a journal or a diary or whatever you want to call it each day and kind of keeping track of what went down that day and the goals I set before the day started and whether I got there or not at the end of the day. And I found that in talking with several friends, including this little lady right here, who is my best friend. I love her to pieces. She knows that though. That accountability is key in everything we do. So I wanted to take note of that. And a lot of people were asking why the title 811. It's very simple. I'll go ahead and do the big reveal. That's why. 8:11 p.m. 38 years ago, exactly now, because it's already past 8:11 now. That's when I actually came into the world. So that's what's going to be. Every time I complete a day at 8:11, that's the end of another day for me officially. So that's what it's going to be. At the end of each day at 8:11, we're gonna hop on here on both the Facebooks and the Twitter and the YouTube and take stock of the day. That's the plan. So anyway, so the goals for today were to sleep last night, which did not happen. You guys could probably tell throughout the course of the day I was looking kind of ragged. So I feel kind of ragged. I'm very exhausted, not gonna lie. But I did get the shows done we wanted to get done today. JJ and I recorded Friday's episode of Dad's Always on Wrestling, which will be talking about who we think should be in the Hall of Fame in WWE that aren't already. There's some names on there you guys are probably not going to agree with. There's some names on there you guys are going to be pissed at us for even mentioning. So just going to throw it out there now as a little bit of a teaser. We did get the review of No Holds Barred done, and I was kind of hard on the movie during the review itself. But to be honest with you, like I said, it really did what it was designed to do. It was designed to give the Hulkster a starring vehicle, to branch out away from the ring, and it really did lead down that path. So it did what it was supposed to do. So there you go. And then we did the live talk wrestling, and of course it was a technical train wreck because I just can't have my freaking way go right. We did end up showing the cameos that were bought for me, which I was so grateful for to everybody that did that. So thank you. And thank you to the people that did the cameos, Melina and my boy Chewy and Scout from Howling Movies, and Marguerite, who we saw at the very end of the show this afternoon from the Mighty Ducks movies, who she said from one duck to another, I'm like, oh, that's not good. I'm a Kings fan. I'm in trouble. I'm going to get shit for that. So anyway, so we did meet the professional goals today, except for, the part about sleeping before I started the professional day, but we'll get there tonight. I did promise Miss Bales I would send some pictures of the what do you call it? I can't think. The Horde, for the presence. Hang on one second. I'm gonna hang on a second. I'm actually live again, including on here. All right. Anyway, so I will go ahead and show those off because they're awesome. The stuff I got today. Well, first of all, let me just show this because Bailey got me this and sent me this early. This came earlier in the week. Let's see if I can. Oh, it's up here. A little bit of USB power. More power, as Tim Taylor would have said back in the day. Love it. Thank you, Bales. Awesome stuff. This is for my parents. I have Sorcerer Mickey socks. I am a happy Disney fan. That's awesome. I actually have goofy stuff, not goofy stuff, Mickey stuff. Very funny, Jeff. Dumbass. Anyway, Sorcerer Mickey stuff to wear at Disneyland and anywhere, because Sorcerer Mickey goes anywhere. Love me my Sorcerer Mickey. I think I said this at some point during the course of last year when I found out they were a thing. The publishers of the Harry Potter books have been re-releasing the series in 4 different styles, each representing one of the Hogwarts houses. As a noted Hufflepuff, thanks to the Sorting Hat thing I did through JK's website, I am a Hufflepuff, so I now have book 2 in the series, Chamber of Secrets, with the Hufflepuff decorations. It's silly. I have all the books. I've got the movies. I've read them a million times, but it's just a cool little neat thing that I like to collect stuff like that. So there's that. If you guys watched the show earlier, and actually you haven't seen that yet, so I take that back. When we were recording the Hall of Fame show, I did mention somebody that I feel should be in there already and is not, and I thought I had a prop to go grab. I actually went to go grab it during the show, and I forgot that it was actually a birthday present, so it was wrapped up. But the lovely Elizabeth. I've never had a Miss Elizabeth action figure before, so it's pretty cool. I get to have that on display. I'm going to try to find a Randy Savage, because I don't have a Randy Savage right now. I haven't had a Randy in a long time, in the red and yellow colors, because this is her outfit when she was at the inaugural SummerSlam with the, as it says, the itsy bitsy teeny weeny surprise for the Megabucks. So there you go. So that was cool. And then, let's see. No place to put anything, because my desk is a mess. The lovely cards from my family, my boy and my parents and my brother. Very cool. My brother actually gave me a choice of one of his drawings. He coloring things he does. He channels his energies by coloring these awesome pieces of artwork. Just really, really cool looking stuff. If you're friends on my personal Facebook, you're friends with my brother probably. You've probably seen this stuff. Just amazing stuff he does. And he gave me a choice to pick one, so I'm going to do that when I am done here with you guys. So that was really sweet of him to do that. And then my parents, being the practical people that they are, looked on my Amazon list and saw that I asked for a table lamp for when we move. So they got it for me. And I actually stole this idea off Bailey's wish list, because she's had it on hers, and I just thought it was so cool looking that I went ahead and blatantly stole it. So I did that. So anyway, that was the birthday hoard, which I'm, again, very happy. CJ, I'll tell you what. Since you asked, I will take some questions if you would like to do questions. I did the question stuff earlier in the day during Talk Wrestling. That was the chance to ask me questions. But since you're here and you asked so sweetly, ask me whatever you would like. And I will go ahead and try to answer to the best of my ability. I am aware of what happened on Monday Night Raw. I haven't watched the show because I was busy during the East Coast broadcast, and the West Coast broadcast is just starting, so I'm not watching that, clearly. And I'm also interrupting Aaron's broadcast, which I very rarely do, but I wanted to fulfill my commitment and do the 8/11 thing, so I'm doing that. And it's going to be every night, like I said. Anyway, congratulations to Bobby Lashley. If it's a spoiler, I'm sorry, but that's, tough shit. Lashley is long overdue to be the WWE champion. He should have been champion in 2007 after the whole encounter with Vince and the Donald and everything that went around there. And they instead had him, and again, this is not a knock on John, because I know it ain't John's call. They had him lose to John Cena, and I still say that was the wrong call, even now, 14 years later. But they have righted that wrong. Props to The Miz for being the transitional guy. That's never an easy job, to be the guy that you're going to lose it right away. And it's shitty. But Mike did what he was supposed to do, and I'm very happy for Lashley. And like Greg Cherry said, MVP for Hall of Fame right now. Like, seriously, just put him in the class, put him in the rails this year. So there you go. So CJ says, sorry, I was at my grandparents' house earlier tonight. Is it possible for the board of directors of the WWE to force Vince to resign? I don't know how that works. I've never been in a position where I've been on a board or a committee, things like that. I can't imagine that the board would even remotely entertain the idea of convening to vote him out. I mean, it's Vince. So I don't see that happening at all. And yeah, that's, you guys got to remember something. The board of directors was established with the IPO back in 1999. It went from the McMahons having, complete control, whatever we're going to call it. There was a publicly traded company. The board is still the board. It's not the Class A stockholders, us guys. The McMahons have the Class B, which is the controlling stock. So it doesn't matter if every single stockholder says we want him out. That's not how it works. I don't know all the details. That's not my area of expertise, but I can tell you right now, they're not going to vote Vince McMahon out. Vince McMahon is going to have to, for him to have to advocate the job. So, and to be honest with you, and I've said this, and I'm going to sound like I'm kissing ass because I have respect for the man, and I understand that people are frustrated with the creative direction of the company. It doesn't matter if it's Vince or not, because people seem to think that when Vince does step down, pass away, whatever, and Hunter or whoever takes over, that, everything's going to be different. No, you guys don't understand. Hunter is who Hunter is because he sat under the learning tree of Vince McMahon. Do you guys honestly think that when the old man steps away, however he steps away, that Hunter's just going to completely take everything he's learned in the last 25 years and go, okay, my turn? Like, no, man. That's disrespectful, for one thing. It's his father-in-law. And number two, like it or not, Vince is still the guy. Yes, the creative direction, particularly on Raw, is pretty piss poor. I'm not even going to try to defend that. Okay? But WWE is still the company, because AEW is not nipping at Raw's heels or SmackDown's heels. They're beating NXT, but that's NXT, which, by the way, is Hunter's brand. So if you want Hunter to take over, he's getting beat by AEW every week, if you really want to be nitpicky about it, right? Nobody has given Vince a reason to sweat since Eric Bischoff stepped into that board meeting in August of '98 and had a bunch of suits tell him how to run his company that he'd been running for the better part of 5 years before that. It honestly is just that simple. The only reason that WCW started to decline was because they had momentum. They were going down the train tracks 100 miles an hour, and a bunch of suits that had no idea what the hell they were talking about decided they were going to tell Eric Bischoff how to do his thing. It's really that simple, guys. If that meeting doesn't happen in 1998, we might not be here talking about the WWF, WWE, whatever. We could be talking about WCW's creative struggles right now. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that.
What do you want?
So let's not continue to throw Vince under the bus just because we're frustrated with the way that the product is. And honestly, guys, the way to convince Vince McMahon, Triple H, Kevin Dunn, the board of directors, the creative team, whoever you want to bitch at, the way to convince them to change is not by sitting here with me and asking me what's going to happen or what should happen. The way you get them to change their minds, change their direction, is to take this, aim it at the TV, and watch AEW, watch New Japan, watch Impact Wrestling, watch any other product out there that is in relation to the WWE product. And stop going to the WWE shop and buying 20 shirts or the hats or whatever. You don't get Vince McMahon to take notice of the problems within his creative head by going on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and bitching. The way you get Vince McMahon to take notice is to hit him in the pocketbook. Stop buying his shit. Stop watching his shit if you think it's shit. I don't think it's shit, personally. It's my opinion, though. It's my show, so it's my opinion. If you guys don't like the way things are going, take a stand. And that's the thing. I've tried to do this several times over the years where I said, okay, collective walkout, collective Starts with a B. Help me out here, guys. Somebody in the son of a bitch. That the word is just not happening in my head right now. Damn it! I hate that when I get. Boycott. Thank you, Brendan. Yeah, boycott. Collective boycott. If you don't like what's happening on Monday Night Raw, don't watch Monday Night Raw. If you don't like what's happening on NXT, don't watch that. If you don't like what's happening on SmackDown, which I don't know why you don't like SmackDown, SmackDown's a damn good show, don't watch SmackDown. If you guys don't like what you're seeing, let them know the way that you can. Have those ratings numbers go. Have the merchandise sales go. Network subscriptions go in the tank. Hit the old man square in the wallet where it hurts him the most. And you guys might get the changes you want. It's really that simple. And I know I can sit here and say that, sitting behind a freaking, $100 computer and a $20 webcam going, I know how to solve everything. I don't have all the answers. But I know that's how that works. I know that's how that works because it happens in all walks of life. If you don't like the way your McDonald's burger tastes, you go next door and get something Jack in the Box. And McDonald's goes, they're going over there for that. Maybe we should change what we're doing over here. I mean, everybody seems to want to make solving WWE's problems so freaking dramatic and like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's hit him square in his pocketbook with not watching, with not purchasing, with not giving it attention. That's the other thing. I have a pretty good authority that Vince McMahon is of the opinion that as long as they're talking about it, as long as there's buzz, I've got them paying attention. It's very much like the character in It, the creature, the villain or whatever. If you don't give it attention, if you don't act like it exists, then it doesn't exist in your mind. And if enough people do that, it won't exist, or it'll change its shape. It'll change its approach to try to make you take notice again. Because I don't care what anybody says. Vince McMahon was perfectly content just going along there in the early '90s with the freaking cartoon characters and the clowns and the plumbers and the garbage men. And Eric Bischoff went, "This is stupid shit." And he had reality TV kick into wrestling. And Vince went, Same thing with Paul Lee. Paul Lee's up there in Philadelphia doing it on this level. Vince went, I can run this level. I've got more money than Paul Lee. If you want Vince McMahon, Triple H, the creative team, whoever, to make changes, stop giving them reason not to. All right. Not where I wanted to go at all. I did not want to have a freaking wrestling discussion. That's okay. Again, this will be every night. 8/11. There it is. And it said March 1st because it's my birthday. That's when it's starting. 8:11 p.m. is when I was born. So there you go. That's going to be every night without fail, unless I can't get the internet to work, which is a very likely possibility, as you guys know around here at the Jeff Meacham Network. But we are going to do our best to maintain that. By the way, speaking of technical disasters, I did post the link to this on my work Facebook. If you're watching on the work Facebook, thank you for that. I think I put it on Twitter as well, so thank you for clicking that. We did get the edited version of this up that Adam worked tirelessly on to make presentable to the public without getting me in familial hot water or legal hot water, to be honest with you. Please give it a look. It's an hour and a half of what was a 3-hour discussion, but it's still very, very good. I'm proud of how I did on that. I'm proud of the conversation I had with Adam, so please give it a check out and let me know what you guys think, and if you want me to do more like that on the road. I am going to be on the road this weekend, by the way, as I mentioned, and I'll get more into that as we get closer to the end of the week. Again, tomorrow is going to be a combination of a preview of Revolution and for AEW this coming weekend. If I do get to watch it, hopefully, up where I'm going to be Sunday, we'll see. And then we'll be giving out Stat Boys rankings for the NBA and the NHL because he's not going to be on camera for a while. He's still getting settled in at his new place. So we'll help Mackie out however we can. That's coming up tomorrow. So thank you guys for keeping up with that. I do appreciate that very, very much. So yeah, that's really, this isn't going to be what it's like. Like I said, it's going to be much more of an accountability journal. You know me. I go on the fly. If I end up doing questions, great. If I don't, whatever, no biggie. But yeah, I want to see how this goes. I really want to start to keep myself accountable. I'm going to make a list. I don't have it today because I didn't have a chance to do that. But I'm going to make a list. I'm going to post it at the start of every day when I get up on the work Facebook, on Twitter, and on however I can get it out there. And we're going to do a checklist at the end of the night and see if I hit my goals. That's the key. So accountability, kids. Accountability. So anyway. That's it for me. Appreciate it, guys. And we'll see you tomorrow right here on the Jeff Meacham Network.